Hello, this is Bail with Just One More Project, and today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a tag for a boo bag. Do you know what a boo bag is? Because I just learned what those are last year and I didn't even know they existed. So if you don't know what a boo bag is, they are these little treat bags that you can put together and you know, any kind of Halloween goodies, treats, candy, whatever it is. And you put a little tag on it that says you've been booed, and you can just plop it on a neighbor's doorstep or a friend's doorstep, and you add a little note in there that says you've been booed, and they have to pay it forward by taking the you've been booed sign and booing another neighbor or another friend by taking the treats and then filling it with different treats and then putting it at someone else's doorstep. So cute. And I never really knew that that existed. So I created this boo tag. I thought it'd be so cute to pass around to neighbors and stuff this year. So let's hop into how we make this tutorial. It's super easy. It's just text. I'm going to show you how I make scored lines so you can glue the text on it because all of the text is not connected together. So let's jump in and do this. Okay, so here's what the tag looks like. There's a couple of different steps on here. So I'm going to show you how I do all of this. I actually want to end up engraving the you've been, and this would be the scored line, and these would be the text that gets glued onto the backer. Okay, so let's just start with typing out the word you've been. I'm going to keep this open here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I actually cannot remember for the life of me what font I used. So we're going to play the font game and we're going to just make up a different font. Alrighty. Now we can play with this. Let's see. Let's do, nope, maybe I should select it. I don't do that often. Let's do this. I kind of like that. That's pretty. Okay, so let's make that a little smaller. I actually want to increase the stroke weight and get it a little bit thicker. And you can see these little funky lines that have popped up from that. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the stroke corners so that they're nice and smooth and you don't get those jagged lines anymore. Okay, so that is going to be our you've been. And now let's type out booed. And I'm going to choose a different font. We're going to do an exclamation mark. Okay, and let's do kind of like a blocky font this time. Do we like that? I don't love it. Here we go. Let's just stick with that. Kind of looks okay. Okay, so now it actually looks like pooed. Okay, we're going to change it. So sorry. Maybe I can make it a capital B. There we go. That looks better. Not as inappropriate. Okay, so let's prep this for a laser. So now I know that I want this to be cut and I want this to be engraved. So let's go ahead and select this, and we're going to go Object, Expand. And now you can see that it expanded around that original text, but we still want to expand it around the stroke weight that we created. So we have to do it again. Object, expand, and now it's expanded around all of it, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm hit my Pathfinder and I'm going to unite it all because I want all of that to be one piece, okay? And I'm going to turn it black because that helps me remember that I want to engrave it, okay? So that's good. And now let's get this ready. Now, since I am going to cut it, I am going to increase the stroke weight because I know that once I cut over here and I cut over here, it might break on me. So let's get that a little bit thicker. And I don't see any jagged lines, so I think I'm okay. That might be good. Okay, now let's do the same thing. Object, expand, and same thing. You'll see that the path is only around that original text before we increase the stroke weight. So I'm going to expand again. And now it is around all of that, okay? So now I'm going to unite it. Okay, and there is going to be a couple of different pieces here. So when we cut all this out, we're going to lose it. So let's do a couple of things. First, let's swap it from a fill to a stroke, because we know when it's a stroke, then your laser wants to cut it. So let's put that right here. Actually, I want to make this a tad. I want to get this a little bit closer. And okay. And let's make this a little smaller. All right, now let's do an offset on it so that we can make a backer for this piece. So I'm gonna do effect, path. Actually, no, I'm gonna copy, paste, and now I've got this piece right here. I'm gonna do effect, path, offset path, and do we like that? Nope, we want it a little bit bigger. So let's do 2.3. We're gonna round it, and I kind of like that. Okay, so now you've got the path around all of that, and I'm checking to make sure that all of these pieces are kind of touching each other now. So what I'm gonna do is object, expand appearance, and now I've got all of this, and I'm going to unite it, and that looks like that. Okay, I don't want all these little holes in there because that's going to look odd to me. So I'm going to right click it, or hold on, I'm going to select it, I'm going to click, and I'm going to hit release compound path. And let me show you what that does when I do this. So if I release compound path, maybe I can click it, there we go. It's going to fill in all of the pieces in here that aren't filled. So now we've got them filled in, and we're just going to unite them. So now I've got this whole piece, swap it back from a fill to a stroke, and it can literally just go right there. Okay. Now obviously I want to make a little hang tag, like a thing to hang my string through. So I think I've done this before. Super easy. Hit the ellipse tool, just make a circle. Select, put it where you want it. You can even hang it like there if you want. I'm just going to do it right on the top. And I'm going to unite it. And make sure you just unite it to the backer and not the rest of it. And I have this tiny little piece here that I'm going to get rid of by double clicking. And then I'm going to put a little tiny circle on the inside. I'm going to eyeball it because I don't feel like doing any kind of serious alignment here. I'm going to select the backer and the circle and hit minus front. So it's going to remove that. You can see right there. It's going to remove that from that backer piece. So now you can string some string through it. Okay, this is almost done, but because normally because it's such a tiny word, I would not do any scored lines, but these pieces are going to be falling apart, and I'm going to lose this little exclamation mark. So let's move this over, and I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to put this back over here. And now let's make some scored lines so we know where we're going to glue this on. So effect, path, offset path, but I'm going to make it a negative path because I want it to be smaller than the original path. So if I just put a negative on there, let's see what it looks like. Ugh, that did not work. Let's do effect, path, offset path, and I typically just do this. I do negative 0.05. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's kind of okay. Let's do one more. And if I go ahead and just do effect, apply offset path, it's going to apply the same settings that we just did. So I'm going to do it again. It's going to say apply new effect. Yep. And I kind of like that. You can kind of get the gist from that. Okay, but it's not ready to go yet because my path is still around the original. So expand appearance, and now my path is around these funky lines right here. I know that looks creepy, but you're just going to glue it, so it should be okay. Okay, now let's make that purple. Okay, and so now when this piece gets cut out, this is going to be engraved, this is going to be cut, this is going to be scored, and it's a different color, so it's going to know to treat it as a separate step. And then this is going to be cut out, and you can just plop it right on top of there, and there you go. If you like these tutorials, feel free to subscribe. I try to get them out every single week. If you have a suggestion for a tutorial, feel free to comment below and let me know, and I'm happy to try to do that for you. If you like these tutorials and you want to know more, feel free to click the link below for Project Academy, where I teach you all the things you need to know about creating laser cut files for your Glowforge. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.